It's been hitting.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a JourneyNOW podcast.
Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin just started telling us a story.
Yeah.
Please say that sentence again.
Yeah.
Let's just lead with the good stuff. All right, what did you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Susie's laughing. I said I had to get a few people off the grass yesterday.
I didn't hear get.
No, you didn't
Yeah.
hear get. I heard I chased.
I did.
Okay, so just
Were
set
they-
the scenario up.
Were
Kids,
they
students?
kids or
Nope, they weren't kids. They were
Parents?
grown men
grown men?
driving railroad trucks, CSX trucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, back a couple years ago, we had to repair the whole grass out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the back 40.
Yeah, which was a proverbial.
Yeah. A can of worms.
Oh,
Yeah, as
yes,
it were.
maybe literally.
Yeah.
And so we talked with the CSX people, which
Yeah,
is,
you did. It was an ordeal. You had to go
It
up
was.
the chain.
I did.
to take
Who
care
are
of
the
this.
CSX people?
the railroad.
They own the railroad
people.
right behind the church.
Thank you.
And they were parking on grass.
Yeah, and it would
they
create
remove-
ruts. And it wasn't like they were parking Volkswagen Bugs.
No,
on the
these
grass.
were heavy
Yeah.
vehicles
That-
left grooves
yes,
in the grass.
and therefore we couldn't mow the grass.
So Kevin,
Has made it his personal mission.
so he was on the phone with like execs
I was.
at this railroad company.
I said, I'm done with this.
I'm Pastor Kevin.
Yeah.
And I'm here to love you off my grass.
Yeah.
So I go out. There's a couple of trucks out there.
This is yesterday.
This is yesterday.
Okay, so we're just
I'm all
establishing
by myself.
There's previous trauma.
Oh, yes.
You're alone, which is never your healthiest
not a good-
Kevin.
yeah,
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's usually a bad Kevin.
Yeah.
And so I went to get the mail,
Yeah.
and I glanced out,
Oh, the glance. It starts with a glance.
and I was like,
there it is.
okay.
What did you mutter?
I muttered.
Just abbreviate.
No, I can.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So-
Kevin lost his salvation there.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Every day right there.
So the Vikings lost. Continue.
Yeah.
No, they won actually 3-0, which
Yeah.
was
That
I
was
can't
thrilling.
get those 3 hours back.
For really.
So I look out and there's 2 trucks parked out there, and I'm like, come
On the grass.
on the grass.
Yeah. In big trucks. These aren't Volkswagens.
No, how hard is it?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
hard is it
Yeah.
Stay on the
Yeah.
road.
to
Just
stay on the road? Just
I mean, it's really rude too.
I mean, the road goes right up.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm going.
Oh, I bet.
It's Christmas, Kev.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
Feed the world.
Feed the
Let them
world.
know it's Christmas time.
Bring heaven with you. In my head, bring heaven with you as you go out there and talk to these fine men.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring joy.
Yeah. How did this turn into chasing? Because that's
Yeah.
a great that's a great
Yeah.
start, Kevin.
Well, I got my truck,
Oh, okay.
and
All right. So the red truck of glory.
I really am trying to manage
yeah,
all
you are.
the fields.
But you're alone.
Yeah. Nobody else is in the building. There's no one around, so I'm like, I can do
You
this.
should have a sponsor.
I should.
Yeah.
I should
Yeah,
get
you
a
should call
sponsor.
somebody. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I need.
Who's the most
we need
peaceful
to talk.
person we know? None of us here.
Anyway,
Yes.
so I drive out there, and
What's your opener?
hey guys,
Your opener.
I rolled down my window.
Hey guys.
It was hey guys.
Smash that subscribe button. Hey guys.
I said, I really need you not to park your trucks on the grass.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great opener.
I thought so.
And
Yeah.
is that how you said it?
Thank
those
you.
words
There might
can
have been
come
a
out.
little bit
A
more,
little
Little
sharper,
heat?
little
Yeah.
sharper.
a little more,
Yeah. Spice?
Demanding.
hot,
Mustard?
and yes,
Yeah.
but I was generally not as irritated as I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so we started.
it
Wow.
ratcheted up from there.
Well, I think it started high, and then you brought it down, and then it
Oh
went
yeah,
back up.
because we've talked
Kind of
with
the U shape.
their bosses. I've talked to them. I said, just tell them, don't
Yeah.
park on the grass.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
hard is this?
Yeah,
Because I don't want to go through the process of fixing it again.
that's right. Because
Anyway.
you can't mow it, and
Yeah.
we got to reseed it.
Yeah.
and keep people off of it.
And it
Rude.
costs money.
it
And-
costs money.
Anyway, so I go out there and I go, hey guys, can you take, and I'm kind of dressed like I normally dress. I have a,
Yeah,
Super hot.
kind of like gangster.
Yeah.
You didn't have your collar on.
I didn't.
Yeah,
And the guys look at me like, and the looks
Yeah,
on their
there it is.
faces
There it
is,
comes.
and this is, I figured out what it was
Okay.
that really set me off.
yeah. Heart. Kevin leads our heart groups.
Yeah. Well,
Tell us about how you were feeling.
So they hear me say this, and I'm like, this isn't going to go well because I can see the look on your faces.
Yeah, yeah. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't say it with their faces. They said it with their mouths.
No,
Nuh-uh.
no.
Oh.
So who are you? I'm like,
Oh,
Lord
man.
Jesus.
This is the point where Bruce Banner turns into the.
Totally,
What's your
totally.
secret? I'm always angry.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
like, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
When somebody disrespects me,
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
granted,
Yeah.
I didn't look like a pastor. I didn't look like, but who
But
else?
they didn't see you, Kevin.
They did-
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
It
They
was-
didn't
They-
see you
Thanks,
for
Susie.
What
who
they
you
saw-
are.
They saw
That
a
it
man
goes-
They passed
body
judgment
by
on you.
Twizzler.
It goes
And they
from
said, I don't have to be intimidated by this guy.
so it goes from, hey, would you guys get the
Yeah.
trucks off the
Yeah.
grass
To
to
who are you?
really? I was like, it went up about,
Yeah. Yep.
and I went.
Do we have video? Do
Yeah,
we have security
yeah.
camera
No,
footage of
Oh,
this?
please,
There's no
Lord.
video cameras.
Please, Lord.
And the guy goes, "You mean you want me to move the trucks now?" And I said, "Yes. They leave ruts in the grass."
Yeah.
Who are you again? All right.
Did
And
you say you're the
I
head
did.
honcho, the
I
big
said,
cheese,
I
the
said,
big kahuna?
I'm the pastor of the church, and you're on my property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And I kind of said it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't believe I even have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation a million times.
Yeah.
And you are so frustrating because you're looking at me like I grew a third head.
Yeah.
How hard is it to keep your trucks off the grass?
That's
This
but-
is what it's called when
Yeah.
the shepherd doesn't spare the rod.
Yes.
Yeah. I just peed my
Or-
pants.
Yeah.
Just so we all know.
I
Just his intensity. I peed my
Yeah.
pants right here.
Yeah.
I had flashbacks to when I would try to help my dad fix something.
There it is.
Shout at us.
So,
I mean, it could have gone okay if they just were kind.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm with you.
yeah.
Oh.
So
I brought heaven for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, heaven
And
there
then
flames in heaven.
hell-
Heaven sometimes
hell
comes
was
down
on
with
my-
judgment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Jesus sometimes he turned over tables. You were turning over trucks. It's fine.
Wow.
Oh, I just
So did they move?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I
There you
said
go.
I said
Yeah.
I'll wait until you move.
So,
Here's what they said. Let's Tim.
I'll
you
wait.
and I. No. You and I are. Let's role play. We're the CSX guys. Oh, he's an angry elf.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was done.
Yeah. Say who am
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
one more time.
Yes. Who are you?
Yeah.
One more
so
time.
are you
Yeah.
going to call the supervisor again?
I did yesterday.
Oh, we were on a roll. Why stop the momentum?
Karen Kevin came out.
Yes.
Karen,
Like-
Kevin.
Karen, Kevin, perfect. I'd like to talk to your manager.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know the manager.
I know, yeah.
Oh. And
Oh,
I haven't gotten a call back. I'll get a call back.
okay. Yes, of course you will.
Anyway.
We'll see if
Well,
those
Kevin-
guys come this weekend.
Yeah.
You invited them? Did you
Yeah.
invite them?
Okay.
Hey, come to our Christmas
Yeah,
Eve services.
I
we've
said everyone is welcome at the table at Journey.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Are we? Okay. No.
This
Guys,
is
we have. Okay.
amazing.
So
Oh,
Edwin
Lord.
I feel so
Edwin has
loved.
changed our lives. We've got his picture displayed here for. Is this going to be on YouTube? Is this going to be on? This is our first YouTube. Yeah, it has to be. All right. Edwin just walked over and handed the four of us.
Oh my God.
100% cold pressed mommy boost. Let us all sip
Yeah.
together.
yeah.
This
right.
is so exciting.
That's
okay.
right.
Ingredients.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, you have to.
We're doing this.
Okay, apples, carrots, beets, Battlestar Galactica, and bears, ginger, limes, and spinach. All right, this is amazing. All right, 90 calories. Let's see how many carbs are in this. 21 grams of carbs. That's
Wow.
too much for me. Sorry.
Can you get a coffee flavor of this?
That one has 90 calories,
Yeah, this one says 90. You've got the Trader Joe's alternative,
110 calories.
right? All right, now hold
Oh, I
on.
bet
Here we
there's
go.
more
Ladies
to
and
go.
gentlemen,
Let's go.
ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
a toast.
Oh wait.
All right, this is the
Oh, wait,
only
it
toast
says
I know.
shake well.
Okay, let's
I
shake
feel
it.
like
Let's shake
this
it.
is
This
communion.
is so great.
Bro, we should serve this for communion.
Yes.
See what happens.
Yeah.
People start manifesting pregnancies out of nowhere.
I'm gonna love this.
All right, here we
Oh.
go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
here's looking up your old address. That's the only.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
No. All right, here we go.
Way
Oh,
to
that's
go.
awful. Oh, that's awful. That tastes like
Beets.
that. No, that tastes like
I
I
love
just
it.
mowed my grass.
Oh, that's it.
And I'm gonna put water in the grass clippings. That's awful.
I
No,
think
it's really
Edwin,
good.
delicious.
did
It's
you
an
spend the
acquired
church's
taste.
money on
you
this?
should. You
That's
should.
pretty good.
If you drink
That is
a
a
few
great
more,
description.
Isn't it?
I am.
drink a few more sips, and
I
you'll
don't-
adjust. It'll be good.
No, this is really awful. Like,
You know
I
what?
Well,
knew, listen, I knew Suzie.
I mean, it's a chaser from your McDonald's Happy Meal this morning.
Okay, I
so-
did not have a Happy Meal. I had a sausage McMuffin with no muffin, all right? Which is way... better than this. This is awful.
I love it.
Susie.
It's good, isn't it?
I love it.
Susie.
Edwin, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Edwin.
I mean,
Thank you,
this
Edwin.
mommy
Try it,
juice.
Thanks for thinking of us.
You would try it, Nady? Hold on.
This mommy juice is terrific.
It has an aftertaste that is toxic.
But it's so good for you. You will not get sick if you drink these on the
I
regular.
don't believe you.
You got
all
sick
got
drinking
sick.
these?
Yeah, that's the party foul, Susie.
Can we?
Yeah,
That's
Susie,
true.
did
The only
were
person
you
who
or
hasn't
were you
gotten
not
sick.
I was,
Yeah.
but I didn't have RSV.
Oh, well, now we're
You don't know
comparing.
that. You don't know
Did
that.
you try it? Oh,
You gotta listen to it first.
Oh, wow.
It's Big Nate Erie, home from college, making an appearance. It tastes literally like
No,
grass.
he loves it. He
It
loves
does.
it. I
That
think
is
he
not
loves
that
it.
bad, bro.
Thank you.
it's not that bad,
It's
but
really
it does
good.
taste like grass.
Edwin, I just want to say, first of all, Edwin, have you tried this? Okay, this Edwin is our producer, and he brought us this, which, by the way, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well
Edwin
done,
Well
dude.
done.
Edwin has leveled up this podcast for
He
sure.
has. Yes.
You want it?
He.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
This is
take- I'll
great.
take-
I'm
I'll take
super
some of these.
healthy.
Okay.
Well, actually, though, once you open it and
you have-
drink it, you have to. You can't save it.
Yeah, you have to drink it in 20 minutes. Susie,
Yeah.
by the end of this podcast, all
I'm
all
not
of
drinking
those,
all of those.
no,
No,
need to be down.
I'm
That
not
will be
drinking all of those.
fantastic.
That's why I
I got it.
didn't open my Whole Foods one because I have the Trader Joe's
Would you
one.
please drink? Would you drink one of mine? Would you
Oh,
drink
gosh.
one, please?
Well, I have to finish this one.
Okay. Okay.
You drink
all
it?
right. All right. Nate will drink mine.
Dear
So
listener,
Yeah. This.
Don't be alarmed when your poop is red. I'm just saying.
okay.
No one told me that there were. It would be
Yeah,
that great.
that was a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see that
Didn't
coming.
see that
It's just
Yeah.
the beet
Here's
juice.
looking up
It's
your old
just
address.
Looking up your old, yeah.
Hey, I'm being a good friend to let
You
you
are.
know
Yeah, yes, you
because
are.
if you didn't know,
Okay.
you might be a little shocked and your
Yes.
brain might go to places
Listen,
it doesn't
you
need to
could
go.
save. I don't know how expensive this is, but you could save a lot of money. Go out after someone mows their lawn. Throw in a little bit of ginger and mix it in a blender, and
twist of
that's
lime.
what this tastes like.
A little bit of lime.
It
You
just,
need a lime,
it just
otherwise
tastes
it's
like that because it's earthy. It's good. It's from
Yeah,
the earth.
it's from
You know
the
what?
earth.
Good for you.
There are other earthy things that are
Coffee.
not good for you.
coffee.
Oh, okay.
Coffee's a
anyway,
little earthy.
all right. Kevin and I
Okay.
are clearly the most sophisticated palates at the table. Speaking of sophisticated palates, I need to know top 2 Christmas movies from the table. All right, so you got it. You go from Grinch, and this may be Kevin's favorite right there. I may have
totally. Right.
You know, but if you loved Christmas, let's pretend. What are Christmas movies like? So I'm going to go with Elf, and I'm going to go with A Christmas Story. Did we do this one already? Because I think I talked about Christmas Story, didn't I? I love this. It was filmed in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, you've talked about that. I don't know if it was on here.
I don't know. But Tim, what do you got?
Is it Christmas?
Die
I
Hard?
think
Die
I think I have.
That's
Did you
mine.
say Die Hard?
No, I
Hard.
didn't. But I was throwing it to you. I was like,
I think I would say Lampoons
oh, classic. So good.
and Elf.
Yeah.
You like Elf?
Yeah,
We live Elf.
yeah,
Ferrell.
we live Elf.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell?
We call Seth an angry elf whenever he's cranky. What do you got, Susie?
I do love Elf.
Yeah. But however,
I really like The Holiday.
what's that?
It's a rom-com.
The Holiday.
Who's in
The
that one?
Holiday.
Kevin will
Cameron
like
Diaz.
this. Kevin will like this.
Cameron Diaz and
Joni Mitchell.
I'm blanking.
That's all right.
Totally
That's
Matthew
blanking.
McConaughey.
But the other one that I like is an animated, like an independent animated film called Yes, Virginia.
Oh.
It's about
wow.
a little girl
Whoops.
who writes a letter to Santa.
wow.
And,
Talk about mommy boost.
you know,
Yeah,
she gets
seriously.
made fun of by her friends because she believes in Santa. But then at the end, Santa is real and he shows up.
Man,
It's very
Suzie.
sweet.
Susie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kev.
Well, I'm vacillating between Miss
Congeniality,
Congeniality.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's totally a Christmas
Um,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like Home Alone.
I do. I was going to go with Home Alone and Die Hard.
yeah.
People just getting crushed
I love
everywhere.
that. Gosh.
In the name of the baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I like that. Perfect.
Nothing
Maybe
says
you-
get off
maybe-
my lawn.
That
Like those
says
two movies.
chase off
Yeah.
my lawn.
Yeah.
I do like Home Alone 2, though. That was good, too.
Yeah.
Stealing money from kids.
I've not seen either one of
That
them. I
one?
think we covered that
Yeah.
somewhere.
I like Home Alone.
Nate, have
I
you
also
seen
like
Home Alone?
A Christmas Story.
Okay. Yeah.
But probably if you were going to ask me what was my most sentimental.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I went
we were
hard
going
with.
for sentimental.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you read it into it, whatever you
The
like.
Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Oh, there it is.
yeah.
There it is. Give me some Linus. Arthur Christmas. Have you guys ever seen that animated? Have you seen
Underrated.
Arthur Christmas?
Nope.
So good.
Yeah.
No, never seen that one.
Perfect. Speaking of Home Alone,
Yes.
Kevin was by himself yesterday.
Yes.
And Suzie Lind preached.
Yep. Woo.
And Suzie Lind, let's just be clear. All right?
Clear.
There's Advent, and then there's Suzie Lind preaching on Advent.
Yeah.
Those are
And
two
it's
different things for sure.
And so the noise was brought on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Broughton.
Yep. That's what the kids say. The kids say bus, sus, riz, and broughton.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
drip.
And drip. Yes.
Yeah.
Susie had drip.
Yeah, I was drippy.
She was
sweaty,
drippy.
as my kids say.
Yes. Well, I can pull it off too.
Don't.
All right. But Susie, just summarize for us. Second week of Advent. It was
Don't do it.
amazing.
Tim, you're doing great. The hat's
Darkness and
red,
Light
though.
was week one.
Oh, you're actually trying here.
That was like Jesus, his first coming.
Right. Right.
But that's not the only time he
Right.
shows up.
He shows up now
There it is.
in our present day,
Yeah.
and he will come again. But are you okay,
not
Kev?
all over the place.
Kevin's drooling, everybody.
Oh, he did. There is some. That's mommy juice right there.
Mommy juice just.
That just means-
Exploded.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Nate, could you?
Can you
throw
get a
that?
close up on this?
Yeah. Nate, you wanna
Here.
throw that?
It's like
be
he
great.
barfed in his mouth and just put her on his jacket.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
such a nice green.
Thanks for the napkin.
Oh, bro, from McDonald's. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh.
Amazing things.
Continue,
And
Susie.
this is why we need Jesus to come now.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, no, it was
Please.
it was, I wanted to focus on this time, this Advent time of life that's not just this month, but in between the first Advent and the second Advent, in the already but not yet, and all the ways that Jesus comes to us in our ordinary lives, in our daily lives.
Yeah.
It was a good study.
Yeah.
What would you get out of it? Like, every time you
Um,
speak, you get so much more out of it than probably everybody else in the room.
Yeah, I get really lost in the weeds of studying, and we were talking about this last week. Like I can end up spending like an exorbitant amount of time studying stuff that I don't ever end up using because I'm just so fascinated by it.
Yeah.
So I think for me, and this is something that I know in my head, but it really kind of resonated with me with everything that I was reading and feeling and experiencing and people around me, that like, even when Jesus comes to us, like, it doesn't take away all the things that are hard, but he joins us in it. He joins us in all the things, right? So like, after, we were in Matthew chapter 1 where the angel comes to Joseph in a dream and says, you're going to name him Jesus and he'll be called Emmanuel, God with us. And then the next chapter, it goes on and talks about how Joseph and Mary had to be on the run because Herod wanted to kill their baby for like 4 years. And then the Magi come and then they tell him, you can't go that way and you got to go a different way because then, the Magi would get in trouble. Like there's just this whole sense of like fear and needing to protect the child. And then all these other babies are killed because Herod wants to kill their baby. And so that survivor guilt. And so I just picture what it would have been like to be them after being told, God with us, he's coming to earth to be with us. And he's a baby, so he hasn't done anything to prove that he's the Messiah or the Savior or whatever. Like there's no miracles or anything yet, but they have to live with all this really, really hard stuff for years and still live in that tension of believing that God came. So, that's like our lives, right? Like, what stuff that you're going through, Tim, like, you went for your scans a couple weeks ago and, we all have hard things that we're doing in life and facing in life. And so we have to live in the tension of those things being true. And also it's true that God is with us. And that's where we get to really exercise our faith muscles during Christmas.
Yeah, that kind of leans into one of the questions, right?
Yeah.
About
Speaking of faith muscles, go ahead, Kevin.
faith muscles. No, get off the grass, Mike. The question revolved around this idea of darkness And you had mentioned that sometimes as your faith grows, the darkness gets darker. And they saw that as the question revolved around, is that sin? Is that, and what did you mean by the darkness seems darker as your faith gets?
Well, I was quoting our friend Yao that was there in the first service, and he came up to me afterwards and said that that's what his experience as a Christian. The longer that he walks with Jesus, the older he gets, the darkness feels darker to him. And when I was talking about it, I was talking about like the external darkness. Like currently right now, it's like the war in Israel. It's, you know, all the things, you know, our political climate, like there's a lot of darkness around us. That's what I was talking about in that moment. But it could also be sin, because I think the closer you are to Christ and the more your life is infused with the light of Christ, when darkness, you know, when you're in darkness or you experience darkness or you see darkness, it becomes all that more apparent, you know? So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Does it become more apparent in yourself or in the world around you?
That's a good question. I think it could be both, depending on what it is.
So when you, part of the premise of the message was, you know, kind of leaning into the darkness. What does that mean then?
Well, I think leaning into the darkness. So, I mean, okay. So again, there I was talking about something different. I wasn't talking about sin, right? We don't want to lean.
It as leaning into sin, which I thought that was great news.
To lean into sin?
Yeah.
Say more about that.
You said. No, I'm totally kidding.
I was going to say,
I was like, I'm so confused.
I think there's some sarcasm in there.
Yeah, there was sarcasm. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, I mean, like leaning into the darkness would be like not trying to sugarcoat or spiritual bypass our way out of hard things, you know?
Yeah.
But to face the darkness and like, yeah, this sucks. This is really hard. This is testing my faith. I don't know how this is going to go.
Right.
You know, and not try to necessarily escape it as we do. Like we escape hard things in all kinds of ways, right? As humans.
Yeah.
But facing it and leaning into it and trusting that even God is in the darkness. And I mean, it says that all over scripture, that he's all over the darkness. Right. And so what if it was more about knowing that God is with us more than it is about asking God to deliver us? Which those are both good things to pray,
right?
But we tend to focus more on the deliverance than we do the process,
right? Because
it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
I don't like it.
No, it's part of the life that we live. I'm failing to remember the C.S. Lewis book name. Some of you might remember it as I describe it, but it talks about a town that lives in the twilight all the time. It's not light and it's not dark. It's just always kind of this in this twilight. And it's the picture of the almost but not already. You can feel either the sun is going to dawn or the sun is going to set. But it's stuck in this place of twilight. And that's what we live in. That's what he was trying to describe. So we live in this twilight place. Do you remember the name of the book?
No, but I love the movies.
Oh, yes. The Twilight movies.
Yeah. I know what book you're talking about, and I cannot.
Is it Great
Starts with
Divorce?
an A.
I was wondering if it's The Great Divorce.
No, because it's the story, right?
Right.
Abolition of Man.
No, it's one of his
whatever
sagas.
But anyway, it's a great story that describes, I think, that in between place that you're trying to describe. That's good.
But I do think in the simplicity of that question that person asked, I do think that like the more we walk with Jesus and the more we become like him, the more apparent our sin will feel to us.
Yes.
But that question asker was also asking about the power over sin and how much power do we give the sin?
Right.
And my response to that was, well, Jesus came and died and was resurrected, and he has victory over sin for us.
Right.
And so what the finished work of Christ is that we don't have to be slaves to our sin. I mean, that's what he set us free from. So, we're invited into all these things of confession and repentance so that it doesn't have power over us. And there's that invitation. But I think some of us, like when we walk through really hard things and we come, to terms with our sin, and we confess it and we ask for forgiveness and we receive forgiveness, but we hang on to it as part of our identity. And it then does become something that has power over us. And I think Jesus is telling us it doesn't have to anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Cool. One of the other questions that came up, and this is more of a, I don't know the answer to, because it was clarified in a second text, was talk of someone being born of a virgin, which you described in your message about how it could be a young lady, it could be a number of things. But culturally, was that known as part of the way that the cultures of the day would have described how a man god or somebody came into existence through a virgin like that? So this wouldn't have been a foreign concept to the culture of the day. Any ideas on that?
Well, I didn't hear you address that. Did you address?
I didn't go into that. I mean,
but it came up on the text
I talked
line.
about the two different, the Isaiah 7:14 that was talking about an actual child, and then
but I didn't hear
at
you
the
get
time,
into what
and
virgin
then
could mean.
I didn't get
young
into
lady.
it, but
Okay.
but both of the scriptures talk about the woman being a virgin, and both scriptures have an actual baby that comes, but like the first one is for sure a young woman based on the translation, the original our original understanding of it, I think. But you correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh no! I was just curious. I didn't know.
I didn't get into it. No,
I didn't
but that
remember
person
that
was
you
just
had.
wondering about it.
Well, if the question is, are there other demigods who were born of virgins? Absolutely. That's all over. That's a motif in the ancient Near East. Totally. So it wouldn't have been. Now the shocking part is in the Jewish conception of reality that that is not part of their worldview. So that's the very surprising. Well, I mean, first because Jews saw the Jewish folks of the day saw the promise to come through bloodlines. So bloodlines mattered.
Right.
So they had a word we've talked about at Mamzer for children of questionable circumstances.
Mamzer.
Yeah. So and there was an idea that the Messiah was to come through a pure Jewish bloodline. And for many Jewish folks, that was super important. So there were all of these strictures around avoiding questionable circumstances around parentage. So to have a virgin birth under those circumstances, was something that was really unheard of. It was not something that, and the Isaiah passage does not, and you're right, Suzie, it does not forecast. That's not a prophecy that there will be a virgin birth someday. That's a New Testament writer looking back at an historical circumstance and going, yeah, that's what's happening here. Does that make sense? So, because the word virgin there can mean a couple of different things. So, is the motif common? Yes. Is it common in Judaism? Not even remotely. In fact, all of Judaism is against such a thing because of why bloodlines mattered. So that was why it would be such a big deal, and that then sets in motion the scandalous, decisions that Joseph has to make about divorcing her and the flight to Egypt, and why the Christmas story turns out to be a little wonky. So anyway, it's a great
it's
question.
also why we get both genealogies, one for Mary and one for Joseph.
Yes. We have to show that Joseph is the house of David,
And we had to show that Mary was.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
But doesn't Rahab kind of throw a wrench in the whole bloodline thing?
No, because Rahab was with who's she marry?
Boaz?
Yeah, who's from line of
Judah.
So
yeah.
they don't count her blood intertwining with
No, the blood.
Boaz's
The
blood.
primary way blood was reckoned was through the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The male.
so the fact that you have a Mary genealogy is a big. Yes, Kevin. Thank you. Hope you picked up on that on
Yep.
the YouTubes. Kevin explained that very
Clearly.
very nicely. So when two people love each other and they want to show that love,
Yeah.
I'll start calling you a manzer.
A manzer? Yes. I wear the manzier.
Oh,
Seinfeld reference.
Seinfeld.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Anyway, but yes, so that was a common motif, but not in Jewish thought at all. And so the fact that that gets appealed to, and that gets held against Jesus throughout his ministry. There's in John, they will say, well, who is your father? We're not illegitimate children. Like this accusation sticks.
Yeah.
With Jesus throughout his whole ministry. So it's one of those things that if you're trying to invent a Jewish Messiah, now if you were preaching to Greeks and Romans, virgin birth was like par for the course.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to say this is a Jewish Messiah, this is not what you would do.
Right. But that's what God did.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and
As
Matthew's
it turns
pulling
out.
that.
As we look back.
Matthew's pulling that passage from Isaiah, emphasizing more about what the child represents than
exactly.
the virgin isn't even like
not
a
even the
huge
main
part of
point.
the issue. Yeah.
No.
So.
Exactly. That's good. Exactly right. So it is. I mean, I love our church. The fact that those questions aren't uncomfortable to ask, because I think anytime you get into virgin birth, well, what would happen? Now, I do think it's true, and I think it's real, and I think it's an article that's like central to the Christian faith. But I also think it's overemphasized in our theology compared to how much it's emphasized in biblical theology.
Right.
Right.
Because you're absolutely right. The issue wasn't that Mary was a virgin. The bigger issue was what Jesus represented as salvation, as Yahweh come to save his people. In the same way he did through a child earlier, he's now doing that again.
And I think the other thing that's really interesting about Mary, because I think what somewhere in the question, and he wasn't even saying this was the point of his question, but he used the word immaculate. And I do think it's interesting how there are some, I mean, I love our Catholic brothers and sisters for sure and have a lot of admiration for their faith, but there are some who think that there was something like so spectacularly sinless about her, and that she went on to remain a virgin for the rest of her life.
Yep.
And that's not what the scripture teaches us.
That's not
what
how
the
we read
scripture
it, no.
teaches us is that he used someone from the margins, a very ordinary person who would have been completely overlooked by most people. And so Christ comes in the most unexpected way through this woman and her fiance in this really obscure situation.
And then we read about the brothers and sisters. They went on to
and then she had,
and how did they do
she
that?
had other
Kev?
kids.
Immaculately. With great excellence.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
we've got one more
interesting.
week of Advent, and then we've got Christmas Eve.
Yes.
For you journeyers. Oh, by the way, Edwin, shout out to you. I had one of our dear listeners come up to me and say, "Hey, who's putting the breaks, the timestamps in now?" Because evidently there's team banter and there's team Bible.
Right.
And so
wait, it says on there when the
Right.
banter's over?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's wise.
Tim, you do that.
It really is.
You do that in
because
yours.
Yeah.
It's like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Our community parts straight down
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
on what value this whole thing turns out to be.
That's Gran and I together.
Oh, that's perfect. So anyway, you can.
The collective wisdom.
It is.
Of,
and
of
to be
Grant and
honest-
Edwin?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think both parts aren't that great. So it's okay that just skip the whole thing.
Are you
But
talking about Grant and Edwin, or are you talking about the podcast?
well, there are parallels. That's a great point.
Just for clarification.
Yes. I do feel like if you miss the banter though, if you're just tuning in for Bible right now, you miss Kevin in his glory.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're looking for Bible, you should probably find a different podcast.
Ooh,
That's a great point.
That's not nice.
Yeah, Bible projects out there. I'm sure there are other great churches in the area that have good Bible projects or Bible podcasts.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bible
So,
projects.
Yes. But you
The
don't put
RSV
Suzie Lind.
comes back to bite you
The
again.
RSV, man, it's like
Drink up.
mommy boost.
Oh, you already gave it away.
What'd you say? What were you saying, Edwin? What was this?
Just bring the mic.
Oh, bring the mic
Yeah.
closer. Okay,
Mike.
Okay, there it is.
Talk in the mic,
All
Mike.
right, I know. Seriously,
Come on, Mike.
Okay, so we've got one more week of Advent. Susie is graciously allowing me to take that one,
Graciously.
and
After you graciously allowed me to go 2 weeks in a row.
whatever. and then we have Christmas Eve. And by the way, for those of you dear listeners that are local,
Yeah.
okay, we are not doing morning services.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
God bless you. You want to show up?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Show
Show up.
up.
Yeah.
Stay off the
Show
grass.
up. Stay off the grass. Very much so.
Yep.
But if you want to stand outside and carol, do it.
Yeah.
Do it with your kids. It'll be awesome. You'll be by yourselves, but it will be fantastic. Our services are in the evening.
Yep.
Yes.
They are what?
4 and 5:30.
Exactly.
Wow.
I won't be here, but I knew that.
Yep.
Well, and I think our church knows that.
Yeah.
We've
made it
there
very
aren't
public.
many things that have been
They know
really
I won't
clear
be
about
here.
this season.
Yeah, but
one of
Kit.
them is Kevin hates the baby Jesus and is going to miss his first Christmas Eve. And so we'll see. We'll
Ever.
see. Yeah, ever. In 80 years.
Yeah, 84.
Missed it. So we're so bummed.
Yeah.
Kevin's not though. Kevin,
No.
there's an. It's like.
I feel like the chairs are going to be a fiasco while you're gone.
I bet
Yeah.
they will be.
Okay. Yeah, and Kevin will not
He's
share.
gonna-
So we've talked about Kevin
Life's
in the
rough
chairs,
everywhere.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Kevin in the chairs, besides being a great band name, Kevin in
Oh,
the chairs.
that would be.
What a total.
Are you
going to
set them up before you leave?
I was thinking of putting them on the grass.
Ugh.
No.
Do it. Do it. We'll
No.
see what kind of marks they leave out there.
Yeah.
You know what? When
Ruts.
you come back,
There'll be
when you
ruts
come back-
everywhere.
when you come back,
Holes in the grass. I'm not telling.
I'm getting a semi truck and I'm just gonna drive. I'm gonna do donuts in the front
Yeah.
laon and just see what happens.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have
what
a
happened.
we'll have a security camera when you pull in.
Okay.
When do you come back though? Are you going to come back?
No, seriously.
no, really. Are you coming back? Well,
Is this
I'm
for
doing
a
the 31st, so
Oh, that's true.
I'll be back before that.
Kevin, Dixon, and we have one or two that morning. We have two, right?
Normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Norm.
Normal.
Okay. So for those of you dear listeners, for those of you not dear listeners who
Who aren't
not
local.
Not local.
not local, dear
But you
listeners.
can be a dear listener and not be local. Apparently, Brad is.
Oh, Brad.
Yeah.
Sweet Brad.
Call out to Brad.
Yep, and Christy, who we used to be non-local, but now is local.
No, that's a different Christy.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Well,
but-
that
no,
that
my-
one for sure.
Yeah, Christy.
And then there's another Christy.
Oh, there we have two Christies.
Yeah.
So the Christy I'm
There's
talking about.
K Christy and
Yeah.
C Christy.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the K Christy.
Yes.
Kay Christie used to live far away, but moved because she
Yeah.
wanted to experience the podcast live.
Yeah.
So that is why she and her husband.
Yeah, it has nothing to
moved.
do with her daughter that lives here.
No, what she said with a totally straight face was, the podcast is so amazing. I have to be a part of this community. So we're picking up and moving across the country. That's
was
what
it.
I heard.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that her daughter goes to college here. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Christmas
There was a
Eve.
Christy Miss Eve.
Christy McEve.
Yep, she'll be here. Anyway, that's all I got. Nate,
like
you got anything?
Wow.
All right, Big Nate. Big Nate checked
Nate
out.
dozed off.
Nate's on the TikToks right now, just exploring the Clash Royale.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
the biggie right
Not
now.
just yeah.
Yeah.
He was on it when he was 10, and it's nice to see 10 years later he's come back.
Yeah.
You know, it's the gift that keeps
I think that was
giving.
Clash of Clans when he was 10.
Was it? Oh, what's Clash Royale? Nice job.
I used to
Suzie
play
Lind.
Clash of Clans.
Okay, what's your one?
Wow.
Okay, when with
Oh,
this?
boy,
What's
here we
your
go.
Things I
one
didn't see coming.
Yep.
At the end
Yeah,
of this podcast.
There it is.
Dumb.
Yeah, me either.
phone game
Oh.
that you used to either you play currently or don't play? Like my
I
wife.
play a really good one right
Okay.
now.
Okay. What is it?
You're
She
going to
smiles.
think I'm such a nerd.
It's
I
too
mean,
late.
you already do.
Yeah.
But
Bible trivia.
She
Is
won't
it Bible
tell us.
trivia?
Is it Bible?
no, it's called Cetera. It's a
Is it oil?
geography game.
Ooh,
A geography.
I bet
game?
I would
Yeah.
like that.
It is so good because it shows you a map and it gives you like a little tutorial.
Yeah.
And then you have to place the countries on a timer
Mm-hmm.
in the different spots. Or, I mean,
Yeah.
it can go cities, it goes states. I mean, it
Yeah.
the whole world.
Internet. Okay. So
But it's
international.
really helpful, like when you start to learn where certain
Yeah.
countries are
Yeah.
and you hear about things in the
Sure.
news. Like it's really helpful to know where it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey.
That sounds awesome. Or
Can you win?
you pull up Google Maps.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like you could go either route.
Yeah.
No. See, that's way too easy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, I love that, Susie.
Yeah.
Yes.
You to answer your question though, Kevin, you compete against yourself, so you win with the time.
Oh,
Which
nice.
you know I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin,
Yeah.
what do you got? With
Lately, the one I've been playing the most and enjoy the most is Connections. It's with the New York Times.
That sounds sketchy.
What is that?
Yeah, that sounds.
What do you mean with the New
Wow.
York Times? Like you're
Wow.
connected with the New York Times?
Well, I get the online version of the New York Times, and they
Oh,
came up with
Tinder's-
Oh, isn't
Tinder's
that the new
version of-
Wordle? That's the one that everyone's
not-
excited about now.
Wordle is a different. That's where you've got to
I
figure
know,
out.
but all the people who were like geeking out over Wordle are now geeking out over Connections.
Really?
I think so.
I didn't know that. Connections is groups 16 words
Ooh.
in a block.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And you have to find out 4 words go together somehow.
Okay.
And then 4 groups
Rabbit,
of 4.
goat, pizza, cheese.
That's it. And you get four misses, and
Okay.
but I really it fascinates me. It's
Wow, it sounds riveting.
it is.
Yeah. I think we've
It is.
clearly reached our younger generation
Yeah,
with 2 very valid ideas.
Yeah, first I was like, Satara?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Oh,
I'm going to go
actually,
this one. Yeah.
Oh yes, I want to learn all the tributaries of the great Ganges River in
yes.
Asia Minor. So
Is it in Asia?
I have no idea. I was totally
like,
making it up.
whoa.
Susie would know. Susie
yeah,
should
yeah,
know this.
yeah.
Susie should know.
Wait. I'll look on Google Maps.
Yes, exactly. Tim, do you have just a dumb phone game?
Yes. Most of my time, it's on the Bible app. It's like a memorization thing. It's like, can I beat myself?
Bible drills.
It's just
Yeah.
it's sword drills, but it's like a new way.
Do you compete with yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I've been playing. Mike?
That's funny. I do a Greek memorization app for vocabulary.
Called Kairos.
No, let's see. The thing.
Are you teaching yourself
The
Spanish
thing,
or something?
It is called a block puzzle.
Oh, I got that too. I like that.
I like block puzzle. You arrange it. It's like Tetris, but it's worth nothing. I used to love though when it first came out. There was a pool.
Cut the fruit.
Cut the fruit. No. No, I don't know. I don't know that one. Kevin's showing me what is this? Wow. Anyway, it's called block puzzle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's highly intellectual.
Wow.
And
But yeah. I think I might have that one too.
it's kind of like eternal life preparation. It's
Hopefully
kind of what
Edwin will have cut the
Yeah.
tape by
Okay.
this point.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Guys, have a great
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Citrus. What's
See
your
you next
name called?
week.
Satara.
Ooh, Peter Satara. Think about that.
Yes,
yeah.
There it is.
Chicago
And I
19.
So
know-
now you're gonna have to
and I
put 2
know
breaks in this one. Shenanigans at the beginning and shenanigans at the end.
You can't escape the banter. We're gonna filter it all the way through now.
You